It is, what is the date? February 26th. I am standing where I killed my buck this year. Right there's the redneck, and on here's the plot. I'm going to seed some clover. Got some early spring mix from green cover seed. We're gonna do a little frost seeding. Hopefully we get a good nice stand for the turkeys coming this spring.
Chase White and his family have been working hard to improve their hunting lease here in the Ozark Mountains of Missouri. And of course, the Ozarks are mainly timbered, so one of their primary projects has been improving the quality and quantity of high quality forage. Chase's hard work is paying off. His family's seen a lot of turkeys. In fact, they had some great turkey hunts this spring, and they're seeing a bunch of deer this fall. Following up on the work Chase did this spring, he planted several plots during the late summer with Green Cover's fall release blend. In addition, he used their View Blocker blend to increase some strategic travel corridors for deer and allow hunters to get to the blinds without being seen.
This makes a great entry to the food plot. We got the park back over here and walk down through here undetected. Pretty awesome.
Deer are very responsive to the quality of forage in their habitat, and if you increase the quantity of high quality forage, they will be more successful. That success may be larger antlers per age class or more fawns surviving per doe. That survival rate comes a couple of different ways. Literally a higher average number of fawns per doe, maybe going from 1.2 to 1.5 or something, and because the doe's in better shape producing more and high quality milk, more fawns surviving per doe. When you wrap that all together, the population is increasing. If you're interested in learning more about the habitat improvement techniques we use, simply subscribe to the Growing Deer YouTube channel. Chase knew his family needed to tag some does during this fall season to help balance the amount of mouths or deer out there with the amount of quality food the habitat can produce. During the opening weekend of Missouri's firearm season, Chase and his son Rylan headed to their lease to get the family some fresh venison.
Well, second day of rifle season, so we're gonna set it out. We're down here in north at a place on alfalfa plot from Green Cover. This is the same plot that Corbin and Rylan killed their turkeys on this spring, so it's been a good spot for us on the farm. Rylan might take a doe tonight if it gives him a good opportunity as well, so we're gonna stake it out and see what happens. I think 2.5 or 3.
Notice how this buck came to the edge of the plot, kind of scanned it, looked around, I'm sure he was smelling also, then headed up into the timber.
Right behind the shoulder. Quarter of the way down. Aim it on her body where the front leg is. Take your time, get comfortable. Now you're on the front. Just right behind the shoulder now. Every time you take a step, it changes.
Did I get her?
Oh, yeah.
I think I smoked her.
I think you did.
I know from watching Ryland's hunts for several years, he's a crack shot with that Winchester, and I bet that doe didn't go far.
We tried to kill several does this year. I just smoked one. We thought we heard her crash, so we're gonna go see if we can pick up the trail and find her.
You may notice that Ryland's wearing a big boot on his right foot, and that's because Ryland recently broke his foot, but that boot wasn't stopping Ryland from getting outside and going hunting.
Oh, sweet.
Perfect shot, dude. Perfect shot. That's what I'm talking about. She's quartered away just a little bit. Came right out the heart.
Right here.
Heck, dude, she literally didn't make it 20 yards. That Winchester 243.
Dropped her.
That deer season XP laid the hammer down. That's awesome, dude. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Ryland's doe will provide a lot of venison for the White family. In fact, Ryland's mom tagged 2 more does that afternoon. The family's got a lot of venison in their freezer and are doing a good job of working toward their goal of balancing the amount of deer with the amount of quality forage on their lease. A few days later, Ryland and Chase decided to hunt in a redneck blind that's positioned in the middle of a larger food plot they had planted with Green Cover's fall release blend. They knew from a lot of time on the lease that does like to come into the north end of the plot and start feeding there. A northwest wind was forecast, and Ryland and Chase knew that if a buck come down that ridge, or even does come down the ridge, they would be able to see him from the blind. Even better, if a buck come anywhere on that north or west side, scent checking the plot for a doe, they would see the buck also.
Growing Deer is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Also by Green Cover Food Plots, Winchester, Lacrosse Footwear, Moultrie Mobile, Fleet Outdoor Apparel, Morel Targets, RTP Outdoors, Fourth Arrow, Hunt Stand, Scorpion Venom Archery, Case IH Tractors, Ward Laboratories, Burris Optics, National Land Realty, G5 Broadheads, Prime Bows, and Redneck Hunting Blinds.
As light was fading, their plan came together. They spotted a buck cutting across the south end, and he appeared to be scent checking that west and north end for does.
What are you thinking?
I don't know. It's just he's a 133-year-old.
He's a 130.
It's not. Yeah. No, it's a big deer. Big deer, big deer.
Hey, he's looking at us, ain't he?
No, he's looking the other way.
Let him turn. Are you sure he's good? Can we stop him?
Yeah.
Are you gonna kill him?
Yeah.
I can't tell if he's mature. I'm just going on.
Just about the time that buck hit their scent trail, Ryland's Burris crosshairs settled on that buck, and you know the rest of the story.
Okay.
I don't know.
I think I killed him.
No.
Shot a pretty good one. We're gonna go pick up the trail. We waited about an hour. We're gonna go see what we can find.
Do a scan real quick.
Like this.
Everywhere. All the way around. Let's get an update. After you do that scan, let's do an update.
You see it? Oh, dang, sweet. Good shot.
Hey, look at this, dude. Not bad, dude. Not bad. That's the big 9, ain't it? Yeah, turn sideways here. Let's get a good look at it. Oh, shoot, yeah.
Ryland had made another great shot with his Winchester, and the buck didn't go far. Congratulations to Ryland on another great hunting season. I, like many of you, have watched Ryland develop from a really young boy
How many bucks is that for you?
One.
One?
to a really good quality hunter. And Rylan, I'm very proud of you and for the man you're becoming. I think it's important to point out that during both of Rylan's hunts, bucks were circling downwind trying to scent check a food plot. During the rut, food sources may not be the main attraction for bucks, but understanding how deer on a property use food sources, terrain, pinch points can put you in a position to catch bucks even if they're not coming to the food source, but scent checking that area. And Rylan and Chase's strategy worked well. Travel corridors paired with cover can also be a great hunting location during the rut. And the next morning, Rylan grabbed a camera as he and Chase went out, Chase with the Winchester this time, looking for another buck. The area they selected to hunt was a known travel corridor right next to an area they'd done TSI, laid down a bunch of cedar trees. There was a southeast wind that morning, and Chase suspected that bucks may travel the north side of that TSI unit, the area where they'd felled the cedars and did some other work, scent checking for does using that area as cover. In addition, their location was right on the edge of that TSI and close to where a steep draw took off, and that steep draw or change in topography created a pinch point.
Second Saturday of Missouri firearm season. Rylan killed a nice 9-point last night. It's been kind of slow this morning. It's cold morning, 14 degrees when we walked in. I'm in the hot seat today. Rylan killed, so he's behind the camera. It's a cold, beautiful morning. This is what we want. Deer should be on their feet. I think we're at the end of the lockdown, kind of, so we're hoping that they break loose. It should be any day now, and we can catch one cruising. Let's see what happens.
It was still early when they spotted a doe and a fawn moving along the edge of the felled cedars. It wasn't long until they saw antlers. This buck was doing exactly what Chase had forecast would happen. He was traveling right along the edge of that TSI unit. A while later, a young buck bedded right in front of Chase and Rylan. As they were watching the bedded buck, they heard leaves crunching to their left.
Oh, it's wishbone. It's wishbone. Is it really? I think so. I don't know. I think it might be 3. Yeah, it's wishbone. It's wishbone. Yeah, it is. Shoot him. Shoot him. It's wishbone. You got him. Yeah, I got him. Shoot him. No, he's behind trees. Got him. Okay, now I got him. You gotta be kidding me.
With the water bottles a deer.
Did that just happen? He didn't even move. Oh my gosh. That's wishbone. We just shot wishbone.
The move over here is stupid though. Why all this deer hasn't moved over here still? That's awesome. Let's go.
All right, well, we just shot wishbone. I went and grabbed my brother, did a little warm up in the truck. It's really cold this morning. Wind's starting to blow. we heard him crash, so hopefully it's a short track job. Let's go see what we got. There he is, ain't it? Is that him right there? Yep.
Congratulations, Chase, on tagging another good Ozark mountain buck. You may recall that last year, Ryland started filming his dad while they were on an elk hunt in New Mexico. And they had a big old bull and some cows trotting into their location. It's a pretty tough filming situation, a lot of excitement, a big bull elk, and they're moving, and you need to check out that hunt. Not only did Chase make a great shot, but Ryland ran the camera perfectly so we could all enjoy that hunt.
Oh my God.
These boys have proven consistent at tagging big bucks in mountainous timber country. And that's not easy to do. And they've really learned to read the terrain, find natural pinch points and travel corridors, how to use food plots in that habitat, and put it all together with their understanding of deer behavior to tag a lot of venison. Hunting strategies often need to be changed between different habitat types or terrain features. But one thing that everywhere there's whitetails has in common is pinch points. Just takes a bit of scouting to find them or habitat management to create them. And next week we'll share a couple of hunts from some guys in a totally different habitat and terrain type and show you how they use pinch points successfully. One of the best ways to enjoy creation is to get outside together as a family unit or friends and work on habitat improvement projects, planting food plots, cutting cedars, hunting, and even bringing some fresh venison home to process and put in the freezer. Man, that's just a great way to spend time together. Even more important than spending time with our family, we need to find time every day to be quiet and seek the Creator's will for our life. Thanks for watching Growing Deer.